Hey guys, John V here from Phone Arena. You're watching our video review of the Samsung Exhilarate for AT&T. It's available right now. You can pick it up for $50 2-year contract, and it's an eco-friendly model, and it's constructed out of 80% recycled materials. So if you're not looking for a high-end handset, this might suit your needs. For an eco-friendly device, we're very happy with the overall look and styling of the Samsung Exhilarate. It looks very similar to the Samsung Galaxy Blaze 4G over on T-Mobile. It sports a body that's constructed out of 80% recycled plastics, and it's pretty solid overall. We like the rubbery back cover here. It has a pattern design to it, gives it a good amount of grip to the hand. It's compact, fairly lightweight, and overall, it's a decent-looking handset. Just like the Samsung Captivate, which was AT&T's version of the Galaxy S, the original model, the Exhilarate here features the same display. It's a 4-inch WVGA Super AMOLED panel, so that's 480 by 800 pixels, and obviously produce some good details. We're able to make out fine text, not a problem whatsoever. And seeing that it is an AMOLED panel, it has all the qualities we love about it, some vibrant looking color tones, wide viewing angles, though we still find ourselves kind of shielding it away from the sun. Mainly because they're scrunched up against one another, we find ourselves accidentally pressing its Android capacitor buttons. Above the display, we have the earpiece, the front-facing 1.3 megapixel camera, and over here we have the light and proximity sensors. We didn't have any issues pressing the volume control here or the dedicated power button. They're raised and they offer a really good tactile response. Also around the sides of the phone, we have a micro SD card slot hidden behind the plastic flap. You have the micro USB port for charging data connectivity. You have the standard mic right there. And up top, you have a 3.5mm headset jack and a noise cancellation microphone. Flipping it over to its back side, the handset features a 5 megapixel autofocus camera, a single LED flash, 2 notches there for the speaker grill, and removing the back cover, we gain access to its SIM card slot and its 1750 mAh battery. So much like any other Android-powered smartphone from Samsung's camp of late, the Samsung Exhilarate follows suit by featuring the older version of TouchWiz on top of Android 2.3.6 Gingerbread. So it's not the newest one that's found on Samsung Galaxy S3, but nevertheless you have all the rich personalization of Android. You have all the various widgets, and when you go to the notifications panel, you have access to some of the connectivity options right there. And the main menu is laid out in grid-like form, but it's anyone's guess as to when it's going to get upgraded to the next version of Android. For a low mid-range Android-powered smartphone, we're very content with the performance of the Samsung Exhilarate. It's powered by a single-core 1.2 GHz Qualcomm processor, and it's coupled with 1 GB of RAM. You can tell here with most basic operations it's able to handle it. There was a little bit of a jerkiness going on, but other basic tasks, pinch zooming, opening up applications, it's pretty fast. So after playing around with some other handsets with larger displays, there's just a little bit of adjustment getting used to the on-screen keyboard on the Samsung Exhilarate just because the layout's a little bit more cramped, but nevertheless you have a very responsive rate, so it's able to keep up with that rate of input. For a device of its caliber, it's nice to see that the Exhilarate packs 4G LTE connectivity, so you do get those faster data speeds, but equally as attractive is just the web browsing performance, able to handle most complex web pages with little effort here. You can tell even with Flash content, it exhibits a good amount of fluidity with all of its operations, so we're very happy with its performance. Well, there's nothing particularly new with the music player found under the handset just because it's the same old TouchWiz music player, so you get the album cover, the on-screen controls. So nothing new with the presentation, but as far as the audio quality, it's definitely likable, produces some average volume tones, and it's pleasant to the ear, never irritating, and there are some equalizer settings to better adapt its quality. Although it lacks the visual eye candy of a larger display like the ones found with its siblings, the video watching experience here on the Exhilarate is decent enough. The video we have here is encoded in MPEG-4 1920 by 1080 resolution, so 1080p. It's able to play it, but we do notice that it's a little bit slow with its playback. It's better able to handle 720p and lower videos. Likewise, we could say the same thing about 720p video recording. That's the maximum resolution available with it. As far as details, rather soft. Colors, again, somewhat washed out. There are some instances of artifacting when you're panning very quickly, but for the most part, a pretty steady frame rate, and audio recording is fairly noise-free. Overall, though, it's not a home run, but decent enough for most things. Calling quality is pretty bearable on the Samsung Exhilarate. With the earpiece, voices have a little bit of choppiness to them, but the volume output seems strong enough to comprehend. Our callers didn't have any issues on their end line. They were able to make out our clear voices, and when switched to using speakerphone, it tends to produce some squeaky tones at the loudest volume setting. When connected with HSP Plus connectivity, battery life is pretty good with the Samsung Exhilarate, close to a day and a half of normal usage, but with LTE, it drains faster. You'll need to do a lot of thinking if you're considering buying the Samsung Exhilarate, but honestly, its $50 two-year contract makes it a very appealing handset, just because it features things like a 4G LTE connectivity, a nice Super AMOLED display, and it's fairly compact, good build quality, and it is also eco-friendly. But when compared to some of its competition, for example, there are other viable options out there, such as the Sony Xperia Ion. For $50 more, you get a super stacked phone, or if you really want to experience the best in the Android world, you want to take a look at the Samsung Galaxy S3. But if money is concerned, or you really don't fancy a high-end device, this is definitely a great option for you. So if you'd like to learn more about the Samsung Exhilarate, you can check out our website, guys, phonearena.com. This is John V. Thanks for watching.